Let's get that out. Start with a statement and get any questions.
Look for you guys every game now. Routine. Super excited. Obviously, give a lot of credit to Purdue. I thought Barry's done a great job. A very competitive four-quarter game to get a W over here is a big deal. To get the Cannon 101st game and to get two in a row, obviously, it's been a long time. So for all the Illinois fans that haven't been able to do that, I wanted to give you that. So that's a great thing. And then I think the biggest thing is I think we're at a point where we have a team that maybe if we don't play our best and still get out a 16-point game on the road against Purdue, that we've made progress. We're doing a lot of good things. I think the key for us this week is obviously an unbelievable opportunity with Ohio State, and we just got to get our guys healthy, get our guys fresh. We got to be very, very smart in our plan. We've got some things offensively, defensively, and special teams. Shoot, Luke had a career day today, and we don't even really kind of know it. It's just because it's so routine for him, right? I thought, there's a lot of things that happened today that were really cool. I thought there was, our response when we gave up the big play defensively, which is absolutely unexcusable, right before the half to give up free yardage like that. But to have our offense go out there, execute a end of half drive to get points on the board right before the half and kind of take that momentum back was huge. So then we came out with a momentum changer with the turnover off the punt and just very opportunistic group all day and full team effort. Yeah. I can't tell you that because I just live in this little box, right? Like we literally just work on the thing I love working about with Luke is Luke just worries and takes care of his day, right? Like his preparation detail, he's got his own little study in our building where he can get alone and watch film on his own. And he just does a great job of putting himself in a preparation mode to get ready for Tuesday's practice, execute Wednesday, make corrections Thursday, get the game plan together. I can't control the outside narrative. I just know I've been in this business for a long time. I've had quarterbacks that play in the NFL or still playing in the NFL, and this guy's as good as I've ever had.
You see similarities between Katie and Luke, just getting the job done. Does Hank ever surprise you, like what he's doing, or like you just expect it now?
Hank, what I think people that are in the game, when I say this, they know what I mean. Both of them just let the game come to them, right? Like when Luke's playing at his best, he just lets the game come to him. But Hank Beatty, especially a wide receiver, he just lets the play come to him. We're not really – there's things that we design and we give in, we put him in position, but he just lets the game come to him naturally, and I think that's a really good sign. I think Luke has a very good comfort level about throwing the ball in his area, what he's going to do and what he could possibly do after the catch. I know there's only so many plays can go around, but Hank Beatty, I told Barry after, week 2 or week 3, like as many ways we can put the ball in Hank Beatty's hands, we're going to get rewarded tenfold. So just a really, really fun player to be around, just an absolute piece of work, just all the things he does preparation wise. He really, that first series against Indiana, he got rocked pretty good, right? And he just didn't miss a beat, stayed out there, persevered. And now I thought this game, he probably just the way they played defensively and the way he was feeling, I knew he was feeling or getting back to being healthy. So I thought this could be a pretty big day. Yeah, great question. So Josh actually got rolled up last week. He just played through it adrenaline-wise. So the good news was this week, Josh never really practiced until yesterday. He tried to make a go of it yesterday. Just the way it looked yesterday, we didn't think today would be an option. That's why we kind of just went with TJ. But TJ, coach's son, Bob McMillan, is a head coach, St. Francis in up near in Chicagoland. And you just kind of had a feeling that if he got his opportunity, he was going to take advantage of it. And I know it wasn't perfect today, but I know Luke was really excited for him. I thought the offensive line was excited for him. And to see him get that first opportunity on the road in the Big Ten is a really big statement. And I think that kid's got a lot of good football in front of him.
You mentioned the opportunity to play not only number one, but just talk about having Ohio State come in.
Yeah, just tremendous respect to their defending national champs. Ironically, last year, the defending national champs was Michigan. They came to town Game 7 at home, right? So the Big Ten keeps giving us the defending national champs at home Game 7. Thank you. But I think the biggest thing that we have going for us, right, is we're an opportunistic football team. We probably know going on these buses home that we didn't play our best game. I was riding over here with Josh, and just for me as a head coach to be in a position that maybe if we don't have our best day, you still feel like you can win a lot of games. And obviously that's not going to be the case on Saturday against Ohio State. You're going to have to bring your best. But you know what? We train for this moment 365 days a year. We're not going to do anything different this week. I don't need anybody to, take superhuman vitamins or do anything. I just need them to execute and be at their best, and we'll see where we go Saturday. Huh. He is? Okay. Yeah, we can't give up free yards. I understand what he's saying. Last week when we were playing a quarterback that could throw it, and we were obviously a little depleted in the secondary. I think what he's saying is when we are designed to give up yards, we're okay to do that. But the play at end of half, we just can't have that, right? We just keep the ball in front of us and play every play, stay on script. He's still, doing, working through some things as a coordinator. He's still, on the move, and that's my job as a head coach to, continue to guide him and tell him where we're at. And then at the end of the game there, the only option they had was for that quarterback to stay alive and throw the ball vertically down the field. We just got to keep fresh bodies out there. We can have a guy chase a quarterback. It doesn't do any good if we can't get him down. So we got to get our athletes on the field that can get him down. Who? Khalil. Yeah, I told him in pregame warmups, and they do the when we go ones, twos, and I always grab my running backs after they run through, and I just grabbed Khalil and I said, "Hey, career day today," right? Because I just thought I could see it coming. I could see the way he's playing. I could see the way they were playing. I thought this would be a game that he kind of might fit into, and he's just I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, he's got a lot of pop. He's got some ability to run inside in the tackles. He's a very effective runner in short spaces. He can get vertically burst in really good moments. So, and then I think just the change of pace coming in when you got Caden rolling through there, and all of a sudden he pops in there as a really good moment. And then what I'm really excited for, we just really haven't gotten a chance for him to be a KOR guy yet, right? Everybody's got such good kickers now. No one really gets a return game. So I think that'll be something fun for everybody to watch. Another guy that I thought really came into his own, Andre Lovett, just showed up today on kickoff coverage again. So some of these freshmen, Grant Bierman, he's a kid that was committed to Purdue. So I knew all this week that it was going to be a really big week for him. And he's just really coming on, doing a lot of really good things for us. That's the thing I probably enjoy now as a head coach as much as anything, is just see all the – listen, Luke is phenomenal. He deserves and more of the press that he's getting, right? But it's these little moments where these guys, like I just said, the Bierman, T-Strain, right, because the injury to Xavier has now put him into a role that he's more involved in our game plan. And I know he had a penalty today, but I just love T-Strain's story, man. The kid's battled through, persevered, come out on top. Tanner Heckel, I thought, again, another one, Sabor, Kareem, right? Like Matt Bailey was a little banged up, and Sabor got a chance to come in there and do some things. It's just really fun to be a part of this crew. Unfortunately, we get 12 guaranteed games, and 6 of them are gone. So where these next 6 go, we're going to determine where we can go after that. But I think the big thing for us is we realize every one of these opportunities is a blessing. We got to take advantage of every one. David Alano. Well, obviously a very, a very accurate kicker. I told them to, take the clock down as much as we could, but I didn't plan on taking a penalty on that last one. So we still have some room for improvement. We sent the unit on the field too late, and that's just inexcusable. So for me, there's a lot of things as a head coach. We had to use 3 timeouts put into the third quarter, and we're not going to win many games doing that tight, right? I knew we were kind of in control of the game. I didn't want to take a bad penalty there. So just some communication things we got to clean up. The good news is they happened. We got out with a 16-point win. So it's a very teachable team right now on a Sunday, a very coachable coaching staff on a Sunday, and we'll get to where we need to be on Saturday. And I would just say this right now, fans, right? I need you, right? If we've needed you in my entire coaching career, right, since I've been here at Illinois, we got number 1 rolling to town, and they're a very good football team, and we need our Illinois fans to show up early. I know it's an early game, but we need to show up early and put an environment in that stadium that should be fun to play in.
To be in places program where go on the road, maybe not have your best game, how much of that is it maybe Luke, or what is manufacturing that stuff?
Well, I mean, Luke's a big part of it. I know this. We travel with 74 guys, right? And I always say this: those 74 guys that get on the plane or get on the bus. This case, we didn't fly, we drove. Those 74 guys all have a role. It may be one play, right? It may be one play on one unit that they get the whole day, and whatever that is, I ask them to be at their best, right? And for coaches, I'm really stressing these guys. Like, I'm hard on them. I'm really freaking hard on them, just because you never know when a 2nd and 4 in the middle of the second quarter could be the difference in the game. That play at the end of half, like we're just defending. All of a sudden we have a breakdown, whether it's mental, physical, or call. That changes the flow of a game, and you cannot lose sight of that. In this league, with the competition we're facing, you cannot have one play that is in the other's favor without us having something to say about it. So a lot of really good things to be learned, and I got a really good coaching staff, got a really good group of players, and I'm excited for them. Let's bring up Luke.
Luke, say something right here. Jump right in front.
What's up? What's up?
Like Coach just talked about maybe not having your best game but still winning on the road. What did that take?
Yeah, just a lot of maturity and connection, resiliency. We're a team of great character, and we obviously have a lot of players with a lot of God-given ability who've played a lot of football, and so we got a good thing going. We got a great leadership in Coach Bielema on down to the coordinators and captains and all the way down. We trust. I have a lot of trust in what I'm doing, and likewise, trickling on down. So I didn't play our best, I don't think at all. And that's good. We've learned a lot, and going to move forward and keep on playing. And very excited about it.
Playing number one when you think about growing up football player.
Yeah.
That's all. List of things you want to do.
Yeah.
You play that. What's that like when you come down?
It's cool. I mean, the bottom line is I got a job to do. There are going to be 11 guys on that field when I show up, next Saturday, and I got a job to do, and I better go do it well. And I'm going to prepare very well, and very excited. I don't take it for granted whether I'm playing, a little league team or, like you said, the number one team. Regardless, there's going to be 11 of us, 11 of them, and I got a job to do. I'm going to do it well, and I hope my teammates will do the same. I know they will, and I'm just going to prepare very well and control the controllables, and it should be exciting. I'm really excited for the environment coming up, and just a culmination of a lot of great things, coming into that stadium next Saturday. I think, man, I'm just really excited. It'll be really fun.
The reliability and the number of plays they made, is things similar to what you had a year ago?
For sure, yeah. Guys who are obviously very gifted, but just play with a lot of freedom and trust, play fast. Two guys who are different players, but yeah, I mean, just the bottom line is I was good last year because I trusted the people around me, offensive line, and Pat and Zakari especially. They're very gifted, and it's the same thing this year. I'm playing well and doing good things because I trust the people around me, and very comfortable in what we're doing, the people I'm doing it with, and I don't have a doubt, when I go out in that field, and very thankful for that. The work we put in, work ethic, eliminates fear, and we've certainly put in our part, and so we're just out there playing free, and I go out there just so excited just to play the game I love. So yeah, Hank and Pat, not similar players, I guess, but similar trust factors there, and they bring their own thing to the game. That's very special. Yeah, I don't know. The game's just slowing down for me. Obviously, I've gotten better as a physical quarterback for sure, but again, it's the intangibles. I trust. I see the field very well. I'm very comfortable back there. I've played with the same, 5 or 6 or 7 or offensive linemen for the past 2 years now, 3 years even, and just been with the same coordinator for a while. Just a lot, just trust and confidence and comfortability, just stacking days, and I believe in myself greatly. I believe I'm very gifted, and a lot of good things kind of just culminating into what you see on the field. So. Yeah, I've been in college for 5 years, seen it all, good and bad, and using the good and bad to be better in said day, in the individual moment in the day. I'm maximizing everything I got. So just praise God for gifting me for all the abilities I got. I'm just there to thank him in the ordinary things and the way I lead, the way I encourage, the way I communicate, the way I play hard for him. Yeah, just yeah. I mean, I was when you're without a captain in general, offense or defensive, it's not great. Obviously, a guy who's played, a lot of starts in a row, and a leader, a communicator, a guy who's out, a centerpiece of our organization. And so to have him not out there is difficult. But nobody had a doubt at all, or was worried about TJ going in and doing his deal. A guy who has been really Kreutz's, he has just shadowed Kreutz in everything that Kreutz has done over the past however many years. They're inseparable people because they play the same position, but they're good friends. And he's learned a lot, and he's maximized all of his opportunities, whether it's in practice and off season, and out there on that field today to be his best. He's very gifted and very very intelligent, and didn't even notice that Kreutz wasn't out there because we were just doing some good stuff out there with TJ, and had no worries, no fear, and so excited for him. Like, yeah, that's the highlight of the day for sure. Yeah, Hank's just been so dependable and consistent since the day I met him. A guy who is extremely quiet and reserved in the best way possible. A guy who doesn't, his ego is non-existent. A guy who doesn't boast about his abilities and you know, kind of the success he's having. And it's been that way through since 2023, since the day I met him. You know, he's learned so much from the greats that came before him, Isaiah, Pat, all those guys, and has waited for his moment. He's everything you want in a human being, really. A guy who is whose humility stands out above anything. He's obviously very talented, but his humility and his work ethic, like I said, you know, I drive by that facility every single day, and there's really not a time that his vehicle isn't there. And you know, he doesn't flaunt it and doesn't boast about it. He just does his job, and he does it very well. And so a friend, a lifelong friend that I have in Hank, somebody I respect, I look up to, and his humility and the way he carries himself, and just excited to finish the year out with him as a friend, as a teammate, as a brother, and excited for all the success he's having. Nobody's surprised.
That connection. One more after this one. That connection.
Yeah, we had some good things last season. Obviously, I didn't have any doubts about his game at all. Just Pat and Zachary were big time players, and were the alphas that last year, and Hank obviously did great things and had a lot of confidence in him. But, you know, knew coming into this year he was a fourth-year guy, returner, played a lot of snaps, and he kind of stepped into a leadership role that was very unique. His voice was heard a lot every single day, you know, starting in January and really in spring ball. We made a lot of plays together, and day after day after day, you know, he showed up, and we just kept on stacking days. You know, we had built a lot of things in the past 2 years, but he's consistently just gotten better, more confident, and somebody I can trust, who sees the field well, who's savvy, who is very dependable, and yeah, nobody's surprised about his success, and yeah, he's a baller.
A week, 2 weeks ago, you had the long bus ride late at night.
Right.
And I mean,
Yeah.
today.
Mhm.
You're going to have 2 hour bus ride. Tell me the difference between those 2 movies.
Yeah, it's a pretty good inversion of feelings, that's for sure. To be sick, frustrated, the worst possible feeling imaginable. Playing football, coming home on that bus, defeated, man. Just it was an ugly feeling for sure. And just the true success is the way we reacted to it, the way we maximized the next day. We moved on, we learned from it. There's wins and losses, but really I think it's wins and you learn. You got to learn from those little things and to move forward, because the next Saturday is going to come, whether you maximize it or not, and nobody really cares. You got to go do your job. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just laughing and hugging and being around my teammates in a completely different feeling. We don't take it for granted, for sure. We never take winning for granted. Something my dad always taught me, and not going to do that for sure. So we love the feeling. We hate losing, and it's a pretty cool inversion of kind of the 2 road games that we've had of defeat. A lot of bad stuff going on that road, the last road game, and a lot of good. We got to learn from this one too. A lot to get better at, that's for sure.